You know, folks, we truly are facing one of the darkest times in American history. I do believe we'll get through it, but I believe we're going to have to work together and we're going to have to lift up others and help others if we're going to make it out of this dark cloud that we're under. I was really glad to see this story here, and I wanted to read this one to you from the Hill because we need more of this type of thing right now more than ever. Illinois launches a legal advice line for LGBTQ residents. I was really glad to hear this because right now, more than ever, they definitely need it. So, Illinois launches a legal advice line for LGBTQ residents Monday, the first state to do so as the Trump administration's policies on gender and sexuality face a wave of legal challenges. The helpline, Illinois Pride Connect, offers free and confidential legal advice on discrimination, harassment, and safety concerns, as well as housing, healthcare, identity documents, and government benefits like Medicaid and the Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. It serves callers in English and Spanish, according to the program's website, and operates between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday through Friday. As an online resource hub, offers additional information for LGBTQ people on education, family protection, elder rights, and immigration rights. With all of the things that are coming at us, for us to be able to go on offense and not be on defense is what I love about this state, said Governor Pritzker. He also wrote, as the only state in the nation that will provide legal advice, it's free legal advice to protect the LGBTQ plus community. Will help fight ignorance with information and cruelty with compassion, he wrote on X. Illinois Pride Connects builds on the state's transgender and gender diverse wellness and equity program launched in 2024 by the Illinois Department of Human Services and Public Health Institute of the Metropolitan Chicago to expand access to gender-affirming care. It was developed in partnership with LGBTQ organizations, including Equality Illinois and AIDS Foundation of Chicago's Pride Action Tank. So the Legal Council for Health Justice, a Chicago nonprofit, will lead the helpline, supported by a $250,000 investment from the state and another $100,000 support, according to the Illinois Department of Human Services. So I can't pronounce this person's name right here, but Illinois Pride Connect was shaped by the voices and leadership of the LGBTQIA plus communities across Illinois. This work is about solidarity and responsiveness, making sure that our systems reflect the need, strength, and lived realities of the people that they serve. The program comes as the federal government works to unravel protections for LGBTQ Americans and slash resources tailored to the community. In July, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration shut down the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, specialized services for the LGBTQ youth, saying it would instead focus on serving all help seekers. Lawsuits challenging executive orders from Donald Trump and the administration policies targeting the LGBTQ and transgender rights have been met with mixed results. Federal judges have blocked efforts to require identity documents to match an individual's sex at conception, end federal support for gender-affirming care for minors, and house transgender women in men's prisons. In May, the Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to carry out a ban on transgender troops. But I really do believe that this is a really good thing in Illinois, and I believe we need to see more things like this. Honestly, I think as I'm reading that, I'm saying to myself, there is so much that we can do to help one another, and a whole lot of us is going to need legal advice when it comes right down to it, because we've never been attacked like this before. And it's really a shame, in my opinion, that we live in a country where a thing like this would even have to exist. If you'd have told me back in the 90s when I was in high school, if you just said back then that things would be where they're at now, I would have never believed it. I would have thought we were going to progress. I would have thought we were going to move forward. And I feel pretty naive saying that. I feel pretty, I feel pretty ignorant and stupid saying that, because I really thought that we would advance and that we would move forward, and that eventually all of the, the hardcore people that were pushing against change would just have to roll with it or whatever. But they found their guy. They found the guy that would help them roll it all back and unravel all the progress that we made. For those of you that seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't, I made a video talking about going to the Counterculture Museum in San Francisco. And as I was walking along, looking at those displays, I was seeing all the progress that so many people had made. And I'm looking around at that progress and I'm saying, Donald Trump is here now to tear this down and is working to tear this down. And his followers and supporters are there to tear down all this progress. So the only thing we can do is stick together and lift each other up and remember that we can't leave anyone behind. I am a straight, white, 45-year-old dude from Tennessee. But I want to see everyone lifted up and I want to see everyone helped, and we'll do whatever we can and we won't leave anyone behind, because right now more than ever, we have got to stick together and realize what it is that we're up against. It's truly a dark time, and we can talk about that all day, but we can learn from the past, and we can go back and study how the people fought against it and how the people worked for progress. And then we can figure out ways to do it in this day and age and be successful at it. And I do believe that we will. It's not going to be easy, and I'm never going to sit here and tell you that it is. One of the things about me when I'm talking to y'all, I'm just thinking out loud. I don't have a script in front of me unless I'm reading an article to share with you, but I don't have a script or really anywhere where I'm going. Sometimes I might jot down some bullet points to remind myself of where to go. But I'm just sitting here trying to think out loud and think about the best ways that we can go about things. So I'll be honest with you, I may not always get it right. And I may not always come off like a cheerleader, because I have to be real. And I can't say to people, oh, it's going to be better tomorrow. I can't say to people, oh, just wait till we get to the midterms, because I don't even know or am confident that we'll have a midterms, to be honest with you. So I can't sit here and bullshit you and just make you feel good. I wouldn't want to do that, and I wouldn't want you to do that to me. But what I can say is that if you go back and study our history and study all the people that fought for change and fought for progress, the one thing about all of them was they never gave up. They kept pushing forward, and they didn't back down, and they just got louder and louder and louder. If you go back and study all the people that pushed for change and pushed for progress, they only dug in their heels and got louder. They never back down. And that's what we have to do. We just have to dig in and continue to fight harder. And it may be a long, hard road out of here. It really may be. This may be something that may not be over within the next year or the next 2 years or the next 10 or 50. I probably won't live to see us come out of it, but I do believe that we can. So that's about as hopeful as I can be. I believe that we can. I believe that we will. And we'll do so by helping each other. And I was really glad to see this story. I hope more states would follow through. I don't expect the red states to do things like that, especially the one I'm from, being as Project 2025 as it is. But hopefully we can all help one another and work together and find our way out of this, because, you know, I've got friends who are attorneys, and I'm constantly asking them for advice, you know, and there's been a time or two that, you know, I've made a video, and before I released it, I would send it to them and be like, hey, make sure I didn't say anything that can get me, you know, locked away here, you know. So, I mean, that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. The other day I was sitting there, I was like, I can't believe that I'm here, because I was just a guy that was going along playing music and I just wanted to be left alone and play music and write songs. And then I went down this path because I couldn't shut up. But I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know, I can't believe that I'm sitting here waiting on an attorney to watch this video to make sure that I don't say something that could cause the president of the United States to aim toward me. But that's where we're at. And we'll be here for a long time, but we'll keep fighting on the right side of history, and we'll keep lifting people up, helping people, and we will not leave anyone behind.